Antra's character sounds a lot like Urmila and Rangila, the aspiration level.
That's precisely what I'm talking about. The difference primarily is not everyone has aspirations. Everyone in the world wants to uh, do something, wish to become something. But there are few individuals who have a very definite price what they want to pay. Price is not in terms of money, in terms of anything, in terms of it directly related to how much one loves their own passion, their belief and their belief system, or how they should go about their work, and not to compromise on it, and to stick to it even at the cost of not making it, becoming a failure, even at the cost of making a failure. So that it is more philosophical in nature, in the idea and the characters of Nach. There are more ideas in the head, but they've been just treated in a way which you haven't seen before.
Nach, the title, it as in how did you stumble upon something like Nach?
Yeah. See, Nach for me, more than the word dance, it's not like a physical act of dancing. For me, Nach I thought is more for me a symbolism of the choreography of life. Everything has a certain pattern, a recurring pattern. The dance of thoughts, it could be the dance of ideas, the dance of certain beliefs, the dance of values which you hold. But they have a pattern. They might seem completely out of the blue. They might seem that they're coming, at random. But in a thinking person, they have a pattern. So for me, Nach is more a symbolic title.
Mm-hmm. With a title like Nach, Abhishek is not known to be a dancing star. Was he your first choice?
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Nach is not about Nach. So the question about Abhishek can dance or not does not arise.
How satisfied are you with his performance in the movie?
Very much, and I think he's a fantastic actor. I believed in his performing ability even before I signed him, but what he's done in the film eventually, I think, is far beyond what even I imagined.
Mm-hmm. The promos, Antra's look is very reminiscent of Urmila and Rangila. The look, talking only about the look.
I don't know exactly what that means. The costumes are different, everything is different. You see, eventually at the end of the day, if me as a director, my concept of what I believe in about a heroism or a heroine or a kind of aesthetics or a kind of a lighting system or anything or the photographic methods, obviously that will emanate from me to that extent. And also because I've done only one film before, the comparison is going to be inevitable. Like for example, someone like Yash Chopra makes for 50 years or 25 years 20 films with the same look. He would not be asked that all of them look the same. But so the point is inevitable. I'm okay with that comparison. But how it will be perceived by the outsiders, I would not know that. But in my mind, in the way it is treated, Nach, I would say, in every which way, not only the looks of the actors or the performances or the characterizations, everything is the opposite of Rangila. It doesn't have any of the lightness or the sweetness or the feel-good feeling about it. It is not a feel-good film. It is a very, very intense film.
Does the music reflect that?
Depends on which music, in which particular song, depending on in which situation it is coming in the film.
What is your opinion in general about the music of the film?
What will my opinion be? Only if I think it's good for the film, I will use it. So why would I have a bad opinion of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite known that your movies don't have songs which act as impediments. They either take the movie forward or they're not there at all. In that context, has the music been used similarly?
Yeah, Nach, everything is being used in the narrative, whether it is dance or song or anything, any kind of a thing which was used to push the narrative rather than be there just for the effect.
Mm-hmm. You know to be quite particular about the marketing of your film, about the publicity. What have you planned this time?
I publicize the film. What the film represents, what the film is about. I obviously take the soul of that and try to, in the most effective way, communicate to the audience. So I cannot describe it. It's just an image. It's just a visual or a sound or a line or whatever. It eventually comes from the subject matter the film represents.
Mm-hmm. You're making a prequel to Company D. Also, Bhoot and Vastu Shastra. You said you're improving upon, or you've taken the base of Bhoot. Are you one of the filmmakers who get inspired by their own movies?
I don't think it's about inspired. I mean, film I think is an entertaining event, you know. And you think of an idea, and if something you try to do it to the best of your ability, and sometimes something goes wrong, something doesn't come as good as what you expect it to. And when you understand the source of where it has gone wrong, so in due time I would like to try it again, and this time to make it better.
So, would you say Vastu Shastra is a better product than Bhoot?
See, they both are not the same genre in my mind. See, Booth is a kind of film which lets your fear seep in. You know, it's almost like it sinks into you and to hold you. Vastu Shastra is a very tongue-in-cheek horror film. Its intent is to scare. It doesn't have pretension of trying to tell you a story or giving you a great meaning, great depth into insight into something happening. Its intent was just to scare the hell out of you, and to that extent, if you define a horror film by that yardstick, I think Vastu Shastra is a better film than Booth.
Did you actually get scared the first time you saw the movie?
Vastu Shastra?
Yeah.
Yes, quite a few times it startled me. And obviously, because since I know the story, I know the scenes and everything, it can't be as much as a viewer is watching it for the first time.
Mm-hmm. So, you're also making the film on Veerappan, Let's Get Veerappan. Have you changed the title to Let's Get Veerappan?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you also dealt with that issue in Jungle?
See, Jungle, I do not believe it's really on Veerappan. See, it's probably Sushant Singh's character is based in a jungle, but I don't think it's an authentic portrayal of what Veerappan is really about. It's because it's a fantasy film at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, Veerappan, Let's Get Veerappan is more about an extremely authentic portrayal of the life and times of some incidents happening in the course of his criminal career.
Mm-hmm. What do you? One last question. What do you think of Antara Mali's performance in the movie?
Antara, I think she's an unbelievably good actress in terms of to combine in intensity, her dancing ability, the way she can carry body language and everything. And I think she's done phenomenally well in Nach.